Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ káalẹ́. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa nílé lóko àti lẹ́yìn odi, gbogbo ibi tẹ́ bá wà, tẹ́ bá ti ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri àgbáyé. Èmi ọmọ yín náà ni o láti Roy Media. Lénìí, a tún fẹ́ pe àkíyèsí wa sí ọ̀rọ̀ lórí orílẹ̀-èdè wa Yorùbá Nation, ìjà ìgbára fún orílẹ̀-èdè wa Yorùbá Nation. Firstly, ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó péjú síbi rally tán ṣe ní Òṣogbo. It was a success. Inú wa dùn torí àwọn èèyàn turn up gan. Bó ṣe yẹ kó rí náà nìyẹn. A dúpẹ́ gidigidi gan ni. And we'll be looking forward to people coming out for other rallies, because tí àwọn èèyàn bá ṣe ń pọ̀ tán ṣe ń jáde sí rally yẹn ni ó ń fún wa ní more power lórí àwọn ìjọba. Ẹ̀rù máa bà wọ́n, because rally tán ṣe níjọ́ Sátidé ó ti máa fún wọn ní headache, sí wọ́n ti máa rò pé God, àdúrà àwọn èèyàn tó pọ̀ tó báyìí. So we appreciate every single person ní Yorùbá land or whoever tó bá turn up, àtàwọn tí ò lè turn up but tán show presence wọn both online and offline. A dúpẹ́ gidi gan ni. A dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ rọ àwọn èèyàn wa ká má jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ wá. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a túbọ̀ máa polongo ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation yìí káàkiri. Àwọn ìjọba jẹgúdújẹrá Nàìjíríà wọn ò ní dáwọ́ dúró. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹ wo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níjọ́ Saturday níbi rally yẹn. Tán tún rán èèyàn kan wá, DSS, kó wá mú nọ́mbà mọ́tò Chief Sunday Igboho. Ara àwọn nǹkan tá à ń sọ nìyẹn. They will be trying láti make sure pé àwọn dìbà progress Yorùbá Nation. Àwa là nígbà, àwa là ní jẹ́ kó sún wa. Mo dẹ̀ ń rọ àwa ọmọ Yorùbá wherever tá bá wà, ẹ má yẹ kí ìjà ìsún wa. Mo ń tẹnu mọ́ wípé nǹkan tó máa ṣe ni pé they will be trying to be playing kind of game tó yẹ pé wọ́n máa fẹ́ try láti máa prolong gbogbo issue yìí with every tactics. They will be throwing everything at us. Àwa là ní jẹ́ kó sún wa, because wọ́n máa believe pé ó máa sún wa at the end of the day. Wọ́n kàn pariwo lásán ni at the end of the day. Àwọn làwọn máa win. Ọlọ́run ò ní fún wọn ṣe. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ láti ṣe pé ká fi ìdí tí a ṣe ní jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ wá. Ẹ wo àwọn gómìnà wa ní South ní last week. Wọ́n ké gbàjarè síta wípé àwọn fẹ́ stop open grazing. Ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí àwọn Northern Fulani elites, àwọn wèrè tó ń pera wọn ní number one citizen ní Nàìjíríà. They can be number one citizen ní Nàìjíríà tiwọn. This is one of the reasons tá a fẹ́ kúrò nílùú yẹn. Ìlú yẹn ò function. So I need láti máa beat about around the bush. Kò sí nǹkan tí need nǹkan kan tó ń pè ní restructuring. A fẹ́ rárá. A fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà ni. A fẹ́ kúrò ní location 419. A fẹ́ dá dúró on our own. Kẹ́ ẹ bá mọ̀ pé àwọn people yìí wọ́n ní nǹkan míì ní mind. Wọ́n kàn fẹ́ máa mú wa lẹ́rú lọ ni. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a wo àwọn fídíò, try kẹ́ wo fídíò àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tán sọ. Ẹ ti máa mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tán sì ń dúró lórí one Nigeria kán má tanra wọn mọ́. Tán bá wo fídíò yìí, wọ́n á mọ̀ pé kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ one Nigeria. This is just part of people, minority, tó ń try láti suppress àwa Yorùbá àti àwọn tí àwọn tí àbúrò ẹ̀gbọ́n ọ̀rẹ́ wa ní Biafra. Ẹ try kẹ́ ẹ wo fídíò yìí náà ká tó máa bọ́rọ̀ lọ.
To say.
Yes, I'm here to continue my mission of trying to see we have peace, absolute peace in all Nigeria. Talking to the herdsmen, trying to listen to their grievances and see how we can stop this mayhem and carnage that is happening in the country.
So, sir, what's the outcome with them, sir?
Yes, the outcome is very positive because if you have warring factions and each faction is saying that I have complaints and grievances, which are very simple, basic things, I think there is hope that is coming to an end.
Yes, sir, what's their major complaints, sir?
Usually simple things. We are persecuted, we are arrested, we are lynched. And we are doing that.
What is your recommendation to the federal government?
Federal government is they should come and do to them exactly what they do in Niger Delta leaders. Give them a blanket amnesty. Then, if somebody will continue, then we deal with it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
May Allah bless you.
Thank you very much for having me. So, I have known Sheikh Dr. Ahmed Gumi since medical school 45 years ago. So we have gone back a long way. And I know personally how deeply he cares for this country and how pained he is about insecurity. We all are. And we have to accept and not deny that these bandits are Fulanis. Our Fulanis, not foreign Fulanis. They are our flesh and blood. Once we accept that, then we forget all the conspiracies and face the reality. What we will also not do is we will not deny them. We are not proud of what they are doing. We are ashamed of what they are doing. If you have a child who has gone astray, you don't kick him out. You pull him closer in the hope that you touch his heart. Essentially, that is the reason why Sheikh Ahmed Gumi embarked on this. He has for the past several years, been preaching in the mosque and telling our clerics not to remain in the cities, but to go into the rugas, into the villages, and preach to them what our scripture says. But he has to show by example. No government or person or group of persons asked him to do that. So he started that in Kaduna. He visited four Fulani settlements that had serious problems. And then he invited me to come to Zamfara with him. We were there from last Sunday to yesterday. And as we speak today, he's still on the road. Okay. What we saw in Zamfara was entirely different. Nobody expected what we saw. These meetings were arranged by Fulani leaders all over. The Fulani leaders, we cannot thank them enough.
Is that Gandhi said, whatever you do for me without me is against me. Ask all those, 13, 15 governors that met in that hotel. Was there any of the Fulani leaders consulted? Any of the Fulani leaders consulted? So they are there making laws for people that they have not consulted. This is a problem with government. Disconnected, out of touch with realities of people. You must sit down and talk with people you are making laws for. None of those governors have sat down with Fulani leaders in wherever they are and tell them what we are planning to do, or what we're going to do, or what alternatives are there. And then they are sitting down there and making laws.
All right.
Be careful. Land Use Act have taken over this land. So all this crisis is about land. So governments need to act responsibly and see the security implications of this crisis. And this can be solved, not militarily, but responsibly.
Professor Usman, what I asked you earlier, I do not know whether you can hear me now. I just hope you can hear me now.
I can.
What the governor said wasn't that anybody should leave the southern parts of the country. What they said was ban on open grazing, carrying cattle all over the place must stop. That's what they said.
Good.
What's
Good. Then southern governors need to provide places where these Fulanis will graze their cattle.
Is in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. To bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue of misconception, I see there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the
If I understand, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project, and you use the language the culture is up to be able to convince them, away from the mistrust where the whole system of
Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. The oil in Delta belongs to Jigawa. As long, yes, because we are called Nigeria today. So that's what I'm telling you. The oil belongs to us all. And we, as Nigerians, shall do everything possible to make sure we take that oil so that Jigawa people will have the oil as well. Will have the money of the oil. Anybody who thinks the oil of Bayelsa belongs to only Bayelsa is just deceiving himself. As long as we are in Nigeria, we will make sure that we have uninterrupted supply of oil, so that there will be uninterrupted supply of money to Jigawa State, as long as we are called Nigeria. So of course we are not the same people. We have to understand that, look, I am a Fulani man, and Ijo is different, Yoruba is different, but then God has made us to stay together. So why can't we attempt to stay together? And I honestly do not mind, even if we're going to part ways, let's sit on the around the table and agree that, look, that oil of Bayelsa, Jigawa cannot have a share. No way. You know, I don't mind us talking like that. But as of today, that oil, we shall do everything within our means, everything with our blood, to defend our oil in Bayelsa. We will do everything possible to defend that oil in Bayelsa. It belongs to Jigawa State as well. You know, so that's what I want them to understand. This country fought civil war. And that's probably why we are still together. And anybody who threatened, unless if we are defeated, then we can leave the oil. But if anybody threatens the flow of oil, we shall fight and make sure oil flows. Ijo oil, Bayelsa oil belongs to Jigawa people. And we shall do everything possible to defend our oil.
Èèyàn, ṣé ti rí fídíò yẹn, ṣé ti rí nǹkan tá à ń sọ báyìí, kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ wọ́n Nàìjíríà. Àwọn olórí burúkú yìí, àwọn Fúlàní Haúsá, wọ́n kàn ń wá ọ̀nà láti máa lò wá, kán máa fi wá ṣẹrú, káwọn lè máa kówó wa, kán máa lọ fi ṣe nǹkan tó wù wọ́n ni. Ẹ wo gbogbo ọ̀nà wa ní South nbí, kò sílé tó dá ńbẹ̀, kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń work. Hospital, ẹ lè lọ sí hospital, tẹ́ ẹ bá lówó, problem ni, àwọn tó lówó, problem ni. Iná kò síná, omi kò sómi, kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ social amenities. Kí wá ló kù, kí là ń dúró dè? kí là ń dúró dè? À ń rọ àwọn èèyàn wa tó ń kígbe wọ́n Nàìjíríà kán lajú wọn. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀yin èèyàn, a ti ń bẹ̀ yín, ẹ bá wa share fídíò yìí, ẹ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wa mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ. Bá a ṣe ń sọ fídíò, kẹ́ bá ń share ẹ máa bá wa share káàkiri, then ó lè enlighten àwọn èèyàn, àwọn tí ò tí fẹ́ change mind wọn about one Nigeria. It might help to change their mind. And one other thing, please, I'm appreciate it. Tẹ́ bá subscribe, tẹ́ bá ti tẹ subscribe button, ẹ bá wa tẹ subscribe button, ẹ dẹ̀ give one thumb up, and you can press the notification button as well. And tẹ́ bá leave comment, we so much appreciate it. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa pín fídíò kí àwọn èèyàn lè mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ nígboro. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká máa create awareness fáwọn èèyàn. Anywhere tẹ́ bá ti rí àwọn èèyàn wa, àwọn tiwantiwa, ẹ ṣàlàyé fún wọn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Gbogbo wa, iṣẹ́ gbogbo wa ni, kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn kan sìn. Àfẹntíyà ò bá jẹ́ Nàìjíríà, mo ò dẹ̀rù bí èèyàn kan lè wà tó lè sọ fún mi pé inú ń dùn sí bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ lórí location 419 yẹn. This is the more reason tá a fẹ́ kúrò ńbẹ̀. A lè rìn lálẹ́, a lè rìn lọ́sàn-án, a lè rìn láàárọ̀. Pẹ̀lú ìpáyà ni gbogbo èèyàn la fi ń jáde ńlé. Pẹ̀lú ìpáyà la fi ń rìn. Bá a gbé mọ́tò sọ́nà, ó máa break down. Kò í ṣe pé àwọn mọ́tò yẹn ò kí ń ṣe pé wọn ò dáa, kì í ṣe pé wọn ò lè ṣiṣẹ́, but ọ̀nà Nàìjíríà ni ò dáa. Ìgbà tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ò bá ṣọ̀nà, báwo ni mọ́tò ṣe fẹ́ dáa? And gbogbo àwọn nǹkan báyìí ló ń fà á tí poverty ṣe pọ̀. Ẹ wo, Nàìjíríà ni poverty capital of the world presently. Kí ló fà á? Àwa wá lọmọ ẹlẹ́ran tó ń jẹ gungun. Àwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wa dẹ̀ ni. Àwa là ń produce, àwa ní Africa before, àwa là ń produce epo jù. Àwa la dẹ̀ ń suffer jù. A dẹ̀ ní gbogbo nǹkan àlùmọ́ọ́rìn ilẹ̀ tá a lè fi tú ìlú wa ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n bad government kò jẹ́ àpò tiwọn ló ń jà fún. Ẹ dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká sọ pé àsìkò àwa youth rèé. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí a gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn olóṣèlú ń sọ àbí àwọn governors ṣé báwọn governors yàtọ̀ yẹn tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ jáde ńsìn, because the pressure is much on them. But àwọn àgbàlagbà kan wà, àwọn aríjẹ nídìí mọ̀ndàrú, àwọn ajẹgúdúgẹrá, ẹ má gbọ́ tiwọn. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ restructuring. A fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà ni, a fẹ́ dá dúró lórí Yorùbá nation. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣera wa lóṣùṣù ọwọ̀. Ẹ bá wa pín fídíò yìí káàkiri. Ẹ dẹ̀ jẹ́ kán bá ti ń ṣe rally, ẹ jẹ́ gbogbo wa jáde ká attend. Kékulé gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko pé nǹkan báyìí la fẹ́ ṣe. A fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà ni o. Ẹ máa bá wa polongo ẹ̀. Kí gbogbo iṣẹ́ gbogbo wa ni, kì í ṣe iṣẹ́ èèyàn kan. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn bàbá wa wọ́n ti jàjàí tí wọ́n wà successful. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó tún bọ́ lọ́wọ́ tiwa náà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká make sure pé ká kọ orúkọ wa sínú ìwé history wípé ìgbà tiwa la jàjàí tá a bọ́ kúrò nínú oko ẹrú àwọn British àtàwọn Fúlàní. Wọ́n smart jù wá lọ. They might be smart in a cunning way. Kì í dẹ̀ ṣe pé wọ́n smart jù wá lọ. They only know how to manipulate things. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn agbẹ̀nìbẹ̀bọ̀ jẹ́ Yorùbá wà tó yẹ pé tí wọ́n bá ti fún wọn lówó, wọ́n máa kó sáàrin àwa tá ń try láti yọra wa kúrò nínú ọ̀fìn. Nǹkan tá a máa ní láti máa avoid ní ojúlala kan fi ń ṣọ́rí. Ẹ jẹ́ gbogbo wa wà vigilant from now on. Ká yọ àwọn èpò kúrò nínú àlùmọ́ọ́nì. Àwọn èèyàn wà tó máa fẹ́ máa bà gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ìjẹ́, àwa là ní gbà fún wọn. À ní jẹ́ kó sún wa ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ abẹ̀ wá ni. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó bọ́ lọ́wọ́ ní time yìí. We are very, very close láti win ní war yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe. So once again, we so much appreciate if you can subscribe to this channel, press the notification button, give us a thumb up, and leave a comment. Appreciate so much. Oòduà gbè wá o. A tún máa padà sórí ètò in the coming days. Ire o.